Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Toy Review Man back with a new review for you, and this time we have another Figma review. This is Figma number 203, Mikasa Ackerman from the hit manga and anime Attack on Titan. So let's take a look at her. Yeah, you probably can see what's going on here. This is not a real figure, I bet you can tell. It's a fake. Let's compare her just really quick to a real Figma from the same line. Now here you can see Mikasa with Eren. The Eren is a real Figma and Mikasa is a fake one. I guess you can see the differences. Like you can see it on the jacket. This is a lot more glossy compared to this matte paint. And on the thighs, you can see it's a lot better. I'm gonna go a bit more into detail. You can see right here. I'm gonna go a bit more into detail about that too. And the hair is so glossy compared to Eren's really matte hair color. And yeah, we're gonna look more into this figure right now. But first, the box. Here we have the box. A completely ordinary Figma box. Nothing really weird about it. It says Figma on the top, and there's a picture of Mikasa and some tape there. Max Factory, and which character it is, and Attack on Titan. And on the side you have a picture of the figure in action. The real figure, of course. And again, that information. Here you have some different poses that the figure can do. Some legal guff down here. Another picture of the figure. And on the bottom you have the same as on the top. Let's compare it to a real Figma. Here it is next to the Eren box. And on this side they look like pretty much the same, except this one has that seal of authenticity, which this one does not have, which is like a guideline kind of that proves that it's fake. Let's take a look on one of the sides. Look at the sides here. You can see that the Eren one is a lot better photo. It looks like someone has taken a photo, a proper photo, and put it on there. This looks like a freaking JPEG. Found the box art online, or they bought a figure and they've just copied the box and printed it on. This looks so horrible compared to this. I'm not sure if you can see it, but here again we have the same thing. Whereas the Eren one is a very, very good box art, while Mikasa's looks like a freaking JPEG again. Someone has just copied it and put it on the box. Look at this. You can clearly see that this is a really good photo. It might look a bit bad because of the zoom and stuff, but you can see that it's quite a good photo. And then we're just gonna slide over here to this one. I mean, it looks alright, but it doesn't look very good. And right here, this is tape, so don't worry about that. But yeah, so the box should be your first pin to say that this is a fake figure. And now over to the figure itself. And here she is in all of her glory. Sorry. As far as fake Figmas go, this looks quite alright. I mean, all things considered, it's not a horrible figure. But yeah, let's just go through what she comes with first. If you want something to compare with, you can watch my Eren figure review, where I go through what Eren comes with, just by clicking this bag right now. Alright. Now, over to what Mikasa Ackerman comes with. First we're gonna take a look at the hands. These are the hands that comes with Mikasa. Let me just focus. Oh yeah, there it goes. And these are actually quite good hands. I mean, compared to the hands that came with the Luca figure, which is a complete mess compared to these hands, which I actually think are quite nice. Let's compare them to Eren's hands. And yeah, they're actually kind of holding up. They're a bit more glossy. compared to Erin's really matte color. And yeah, but all things considered, these are actually quite good hands. They're not the worst. I haven't really seen the real hands of the real Mikasa, but I have the Erin one to compare with, and yeah. You also see that on this it says Figma. This doesn't say Figma on either of the sides, so yeah, that's the other clue that this is a fake. Yeah, so that's the hands. The hands are quite alright, so yeah, I actually think that's quite good. She comes with 2 fists, 2 open hands, 2 holding hands for holding regular things, and 2 kind of open, normal style, just open hands. And then she comes with the sword holding hands. Yeah, I'm gonna go back into the detail about those later, so don't you worry. Like Erin, she comes with 2 extra faces, or 2 extra expressions, which the first one, which is over there, it's the calm, normal Mikasa face, which looks actually really nice. Let's see if we can just bring her up here. And it looks quite alright. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not I guess it's not perfect, but it's very good. At least for a fake. And here we have one of the faces, which is kind of a angry, I don't really know, face. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what kind of face this is. I don't think I've ever made this expression in my whole life. This is a angry face, kind of. And here we have the really angry face, the shouting face. Yeah, it looks quite nice. Doesn't really fit with Mikasa, I think. I think that's like one of the only faces that really fits with Mikasa. And this face actually looks a bit too happy compared to her character. And this face isn't happy at all, so yeah. You get a mantle, which you also do with Erin. The mantle is actually a quite good replica of the real thing, so if you're able to break your mantle that came with your real figure, you could buy a fake one and use the mantle from that, because it's really nicely made and the details are pretty nice. But this thing is kind of bent, which I can't really remember Erin's being, so kind of scratch up the symbol on the back. But other than that, it's a really good one. I think I might actually take this for a real one. Let's see, let's compare them. Okay, actually, I take pretty much everything I said back. They look pretty much exactly the same. It's a bit bigger hole for the head, but I think that might be because it's for Erin. He has a bigger face. I don't know. This is really good. This is again a JPEG. It looks like really glossy, really matte, this one. Same with the painting, a bit more matte than this, and the texture is kind of totally different. At least on the inside, this is smooth. This is a bit textured and stuff. This is a clear piece, which is it is bent. It is bent. You might see, not that much, not as much as this one, but yeah, this was enough to scratch off a bit of my Erin, as I showed you in the last video. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's a bit scratched off right there. So yeah, be careful when you use these. Yeah, so that was the mantle. The 3D maneuvering gear looks quite alright. It's quite detailed. Let's see it up to against Erin's, which he's wearing. So let's see if I can do this without shadowing. You can see it's quite nicely done compared to the real thing. So this one is quite nice. It feels not delicate, as some people would say. It feels like you can actually play with this. It's not really a toy, it's more of a figurine. But the maneuvering gear is quite nice. The swords. What can I say about the swords? There's only one hole, which makes problems because of this. We just grab her hand. There we go. This is Mikasa's sword holding hand, with which I explained in the Eren video, has 2 fingers for holding the swords. With only one hole that's working, you're not able to get the fingers in. You can't just use one finger, and like the fingers aren't even placed right to get in. So yeah, that's shit. And you can't pull the sword part out of the handle as you could with the real one, which can help you see which one is the real one if the one whole thing doesn't tell you. With the 3D maneuvering gear, you get the hook things again. These did not come in a bag as the last ones did, or as at least I remember them doing. So these are just tangled up and tied into a knot. I haven't opened them, so I don't really know what to do with them. So I'm not really intending to use them for anything, at least not yet. 3D maneuvering gear, we also get these. Lost the other one. These, which you can put into the 3D maneuvering gear right here. And actually they fit really nicely. And so yeah, let's see if we can focus it up here. It doesn't want to do that. Okay, but that's fine. So yeah, the usual effect parts. And you get the extra thing for the stand. You get 2 extra joints, which I think is quite nice, actually, because you only get 1 extra joint with the real one. And you see the joint in there, you can see that it's pretty much the same. So I think you could use the fake joints on the real Figma if you break the real Figma. So that's a good thing. Focus, please. Clear piece for the mantle. 2 clear pieces for I don't really know what. And the 2 last things that she comes with. Top of her shirt, because you can take off her scarf, which I think is a good detail. And we're gonna look a bit more into that in a couple of moments. You also get this, which is one of the effect parts of the 3D maneuvering gear. That's all she comes with. She comes with quite a few things, so should be happy about that. Yeah. Of course, she also comes with a stand, which was really loose when I got it, so I've tightened it up, so it's really tight, so it can hold her in all positions. You remember with Luca, it said Figma. On this one, they haven't even tried. It doesn't say Figma or anything. It just says something in Japanese or Chinese. Okay, I think that's Japanese. I think it says Attack on Titan there. I don't speak or read Japanese, but it says made in China. So yeah, at least they don't try to mock you with the stand. Again, another clue that it's the fake Figma. Look at the aesthetics of the figure. Her face, zoom, or yeah, focus please. It's quite good, as I said earlier. The hair is quite glossy, and you can see this crack here, but I mean, it's fine, because you can on all Figmas. You can do it on Eren as well, so that's fine. You have the scarf, which I think is a really nice detail, because fake Figmas they have a problem. They do have a problem. Let me show you. You take this off, like so. You put this on, because if without it would look kind of weird. Come on, please. Help me. There we go. And I guess you can already see it. Now she got one long neck. I mean, take a look at Eren. He also has a bit of a long neck, but it looks nicer, and because they've added detail on the neck. On this, it's just a plain cylinder, and it looks shit. Luca had the exact same thing, so I think that's a thing that all the fakers do. Yeah, you can take off the head. To replace the face, you just do as you would on a normal Figma. Take the face off. Oh, the face fell off. There we go. And then you just put on the face you want her to have. Then you just slide the hair right back on, like that. And then you have a shouting Mikasa that looks more like a baby than Mikasa. Okay, the jacket is... it's alright. It's not good. It's by no means good. Same with the joints. Oh my god, the joints are so horrible on the fake Figmas. Okay, I'm just gonna let you in on a secret. That isn't really a secret. I bought this Figma just to make this review to compare it to the real Figma. So yeah. You have a really glossy jacket, but the symbols are not really bad, as you would expect. It's a bit more glossy, but they are quite good quality under all circumstances. I haven't scratched it up yet. And yeah, the joints of course are horrible, but and they're so visible in every position you can think of putting her in. This joint is so loose. I mean, I can't make her do like that, so I'm gonna try something right now, live on camera. Just gonna pull her apart. This is how she looks if you do that. Just gonna take some tack, just like this. Take just a bit off and put it on this one, like so. Just all over this one, and just put it back in. Well, it didn't work. So you have that confirmed, that putting tack in your Figma to make it stiffer does not work at all. Her hands, yeah, we talked about this, didn't we? We did. The hands are quite good and they can't hold the swords. But the hand joints are actually quite stiff. So that's good. Okay, the hair fell off. That's never happened before. Shit. This is not good. This isn't good for you fakers. This isn't good. Okay. This isn't good at all. I don't want to do this take over again. And over to the feet. This joint goes from side to side. This is all the way back. The foot fell off. Yeah, we're just gonna continue all the way to the front. Okay, we're actually gonna put it back. Because the feet, you might see that there is some difference. Because if I bend them, you see that, right? Yeah, it's horrible. One of the joints are made wrong or something. If I pull them off, you can see that they are equally long, but I think the space in the boot here is much shorter than this one. So if I bend the feet all the way back, it looks like this, but this can go quite further because of the joint thing. So it looks like this when both of her feet are bent. So the left foot, sorry, bends in a 90 degrees, while this is, well, I guess more like a 60 degree, no, I don't even know, 45? Yeah, it's quite good. I'd rather prefer to bend like that much than that much. You can force it, but it will eventually just go back. Down here, you can wiggle with the feet, which is quite good. Wouldn't really expect that. Up and down. And the toe part goes up. That's really stiff. So yeah, you can just make her stand like on her toe like that. Yeah, and she can do the splits, but it's really hard. Not really hard, but like compared to Eren, because this part right here, which was made out of soft rubber thing on Eren, is made out of soft plastic, which is too hard. It's too hard soft plastic to even start to just she can do the splits. She most certainly can, but this is so hard. So if you hold her in a position where she does the splits too much, you can get a permanent shape of it. So yeah, it's really hard. Too hard, really. Yeah, you can do a full 360 on the head, full 360 on the arms, but they will fall off. A full 360 on the thigh. You can do a full 360 on the knee, and a full 360 on here, a full 360 on the elbow, and a full 360 on the wrist. So that's quite an articulated figure. What do I think of this toy? On the one side, it's a nice figure if you're just gonna display it, because then you would display it, you would pose it right, and then you'd be done. You wouldn't touch it, and if it looked right, it will look cool, great, whatever. But if you collect Figmas, don't buy a fake Figma. As I said, I've only bought this to compare it to the real deal, which is standing in the back here, but you can't see him because the camera's too low. But if you're low on money and you want a Figma, maybe you can think about getting a fake one. But I wouldn't really recommend it. Save the money, buy a real one when you can. Yeah, I would recommend that. Because, like, even just look at that knee. I mean, look at that. It's just, oh my god. Oh, but other than that, like, aesthetically, the figure looks okay. If you pose it, as I said, in a good pose, it will be cool. And actually, the tack thing, actually, no, it doesn't work. Shit. So, yeah. Are we gonna put it in some poses? Yeah, but I'm not gonna bother making a montage of it. So, just see kind of, but not really. Tried to recreate Aaron's pose here with Mikasa, and I mean, it's all right. Kind of works, and to put some tack in there because this part was so freaking loose. But I mean, who am I kidding? Don't buy a fake. Seriously, I've tried to talk positive about this thing, but to be honest with you, don't buy a fake. Screw that. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like this figure because I have a real Figma, a real Attack on Titan Figma even. So for me, it's like, no, don't buy a fake. But if you don't have a real one, some people without a trained eye wouldn't even notice that it's a fake one if you just saw it. So, I mean, if you really have to get one, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, I guess the fake one is the way to go. But I would not recommend it if you can afford a real one, or if you own a real one. Only buy it if you're gonna compare them like I did, because the fake ones are, in my case, 1/8 of the price. So yeah. I still have 2 Hatsune Miku Figmas coming my way, so I guess I will review them when they arrive. And I guess that was all from me this time. So see you later. Last little note. I'm just gonna compare the faces. This is the Mikasa face, and this is the Aaron face, which is about the same expression. You can see the ear is so much better on the Aaron's one, and the eyes. I mean, the eyes are okay on Mikasa, but on Aaron they are exceptional, and the mouth is amazing on Aaron, but on Mikasa it's quite plain shit. Turn them around, you can see that they have about the same thing, or yeah, the same sculpt on the back. So let's see if we can put this face onto this body. Decapitation, a haircut, face off. Put Aaron on. Yeah, no. You can put it on, but it won't fit because Aaron has really big ears compared to Mikasa. So they won't really fit. So I wouldn't recommend that. Now she has no face. So, as I said, don't buy a fake one. Buy a real one. See you later, guys. One final note. I promise this will be the last one on this figure because it freaking sucks. I put the hooks on, and these parts just slide right in. There's nothing that holds them back. So, what? And also, these aren't, like, if you pull this apart, it should be a piece that you can plug in to the back of another Figma so you can shoot at a Figma, but no. If you don't want to plug this hook onto your Figma, then. So, yeah, don't buy this figure, please. I mean, I guess it kind of works with some more blue tack, of course, but yeah, it kind of works. It's not the worst. Blue tack everywhere. This video is dedicated to blue tack.